This is exactly right.
We know so much more about our skin than we used to.
And we know how important it is to take care of it with CeraVe.
CeraVe facial cleansers don't strip the skin. They strengthen the skin barrier from day one. I've always used CeraVe.
They have little samples at my dermatologist as I'm leaving, and they don't do that with just anything.
CeraVe is the #1 dermatologist recommended cleanser brand and offers a range of facial cleansers for all skin types. Find yours.
Goodbye.
Get into the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event and get away with a deal so right, it almost feels wrong.
Right now, you can get great deals on Hyundai's most popular models,
including the adventure-ready SUVs like the Hyundai Santa Fe or Santa Fe Hybrid and the Tucson or Tucson Hybrid.
Plus, there's the bold and stylish Elantra loaded with the latest tech.
Or go all-electric with the Ioniq 5 or the Ioniq 9.
So get down to your local Hyundai dealer and get away with a deal you'll love during the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event.
Visit HyundaiUSA.com for details.
Goodbye. The Hulu original series Furious is now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney+.
Starring Emmy Rossum as Alice Black, Furious follows a rookie FBI agent on the hunt for Catherine, played by Lola Pettigrew, a mysterious and calculating female serial killer.
While Alice upholds justice, Catherine kills for it, terrorizing the rich and powerful men of New York in her pursuit of vengeance.
With secrets that change everything, Alice discovers there's a thin line between hunter and prey.
Watch the Hulu original series Furious.
Now streaming on Hulu and Hulu on Disney Plus for bundle subscribers. Terms apply.
Goodbye.
Hello and welcome
to My Favorite Murder.
That's Georgia Hardstark.
That's Karen Kilgariff.
And we're about to take you on an emotional journey of the soul.
I love that.
It just came out.
Of the podcast soul.
It's located in your ears.
In your eardrum. The long, dark tea time of the podcast soul. Okay, hi. You had something to show me? Tell me.
Hi. Okay, hi.
I forgot how to do this.
Well, the thing I was going to show you is, so in episode 533, An Exercise in Frustration, I told a story that featured many, many chin strap beards.
Right.
And it was about Elizabeth Packard, who was the woman who was institutionalized, but her husband sent her to an insane asylum.
Right.
And then she got out, fought for everybody's rights. But talking about her husband, it was this man, Theodopolis Packard, and his...
Theodopolis. Still one of the best things I've ever said.
You're truly the most proud of that one. It was pretty great. It was pretty great in the moment. But we were really enjoying his chin strap ears.
Yeah.
They also came up in the Henderson Llewellyn story, where the Quaker sex cult story that I recently told. They've just been around us recently.
We've been sprinkling some neck beard into these stories here and there.
And the listeners have responded.
That's right. Did we get chin strap hate mail?
Yes, but no. It was essentially just people in the comments section talking about it. So basically, Jenny Scram on Instagram says, it looks like John C. Reilly is dressed up and doing a bit, which is very true.
It does.
Dressed up, but just in the bottom half of a beard.
Yeah.
Aaron Jalisa on Instagram says, the chin strap beard was as bad as I imagined. Thank you. Mm-hmm. What in the Hellsby says, how is this episode not called Beards Abound? Great question. Baseball Girl 247 says, I needed to see that chin strap beard to really get that story.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
It's like, is that worse or a mullet worse? It's like an old-timey mullet, party in the front.
I think this is worse, though, because this makes no goddamn sense.
No.
The chin is bare.
Yeah, but they can eat soup. And I bet there was a lot of soup going around then.
And stews.
And stews.
And porridges.
Which is so hard to do when you have a beard. I've heard. My husband says.
I just love that people got into that as well.
Yeah.
So then it gave me this idea.
Okay.
When you gave me the assignment of watching the drama.
Right. Oh, no. Are you going to make me grow a neck beard?
Yes. And you have to do it in 1 week. I want to give you the assignment of you watch a movie called Witness, which has so many neckbeards in it, you wouldn't believe it.
Okay.
And then we're going to talk about that movie.
Which one is that?
Harrison Ford, Kelly McGillis, Lucas Haas. Harrison Ford goes undercover in an Amish settlement. I don't know
what do they call themselves? What year is it from?
It's from like 89.
Okay, so Lucas Haas is a little boy.
He's the best child actor
I had the biggest
ever.
crush on him.
He is
so good.
A legend.
Yeah.
He's so good in this movie. Like, it's so real.
Okay.
I think you're going to really...
Should I text Vince and see if I've already seen it and just totally forgot about it?
But I feel like if I said Harrison Ford goes undercover with the Amish, you would have gone, oh yeah, I've seen that.
I haven't seen it. Okay.
Also, and that's very much tied to, so witness is your assignment just in honor of the chin strap beard.
Got it.
But then also after that, we might do a Harrison Ford assignment of, I must have you watch The Fugitive.
Right. My assignment for you is you have to put on a fake beard and try and eat some stew with it on.
No. I'm like, wait, that's not here's the thing. All you have to do is watch a movie.
Okay, Witness. And I wrote 1989. I don't need that.
Was I right?
No, it's 85.
Damn it, 85. I'm changing it so I don't watch the wrong one.
Yeah.
I don't watch the one from 80.
89 Witness is so dirty.
Dude, that is like made for Cinemax.
But I had a lot of fun watching the drama and then being like, I'm going to make up an opinion about this and we're going to discuss it on the fan call.
I'll do it. Hell yeah.
Okay, great.
It's going to happen.
It's a deal.
I love assigning each other things to watch. Assigning each other assignments.
I was provided some information just to convince you more. Witness has 92% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh, then I'll watch it. Because you know how I live by the RT rating.
You will only.
That's all I ever talk about.
Is this RT approved? Georgia's constantly saying.
What did RT say about this? Because
I got to check into my RT.
Speaking of Rotten, we have a podcast network.
That's right.
Called Exactly Right Media. Here are some highlights. Please listen to these other podcasts for us. Thank you.
We have roughly 16 incredible podcasts.
Handpicked by us.
Chosen.
That's right.
And then performed by some of the greats in the biz.
That's right.
A series of hit podcasts.
Yeah.
Can't be denied. For example, our most recent hit, Disgraceland, with Jake Brennan, that's here on the network. This week, Jake tells the classic true crime story behind Sonic Youth's album, Goo. It has one of the coolest album covers of all time and the shocking murders that inspired the artwork.
That is a rad story.
Yeah.
And then over on Ghosted, Roz celebrates Pride Month by featuring queer creators all June long, including this week's guest, the one and only Tammy Brown.
Doing it.
Epic.
Also, not to be gross, but this is a reminder to join the fan cult. You get access to all episodes of this podcast, My Favorite Murder, ad-free. You get merch store discounts on our merch. You get exclusive video and audio content and so much more.
So stop complaining and go to fancult.supercast.com. Why am I yelling at them?
It's fun.
It's so fun.
We still get to.
We know so much more about our skin than we used to.
10 years ago, no one in America knew what a skin barrier was.
It's time to take care of your skin with CeraVe.
CeraVe facial cleansers don't strip the skin. They strengthen the skin barrier from day one.
Formulated with 3 essential ceramides, hyaluronic acid, and niacinamide to provide long-lasting hydration and 12-hour oil control. I've been using CeraVe for over a decade, I would think. And now it's getting super trendy. And I don't know why, it just makes me proud that something I've used for so long is cool on socials now. But it really does work. And that's why it's been around so long.
No matter your skin type or concern, CeraVe has facial cleansers perfect for you and your skin barrier.
CeraVe is the #1 dermatologist recommended cleanser brand and offers a range of facial cleansers for all skin types. Find yours.
Goodbye.
Yay!
You're off.
I'm off the hook.
You're on a 3-day weekend right now.
Yes, okay. Karen's going to do a solo.
It's my solo story. I saw a TikTok.
Okay.
I need a t-shirt that said, I saw a TikTok.
You do.
Because it's all I say and kind of all I do. But it's great because, as we all know, we're getting into an era where experts are finally speaking and getting up on camera and getting on mic and being like, hey, you don't have to be, I don't know, Sydney Sweeney to get here and perform and speak publicly. It's not that big of a deal.
I thought you were going to talk about peptides.
Oh, I will, because I'm the expert on peptides.
Okay.
The copper peptides are what you want these days. Just found out about that. But it's basically there's more and more people come forward to talk about stuff. So I find that on TikTok, I'm finding so many more people who are the source of the information. They're the researchers themselves, the authors themselves, the
investigative journalists.
Exactly. All those people that are now the ones telling the story, which I love.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this person is any of those things, but they're the reason that I learned about this story I'm about to tell you, and they inspired me to want to tell the story as well.
Love it.
So it's a TikTok from a woman named Mary Kate Teskey.
Okay.
So that's her name on TikTok. If you want to go follow her, this is how I first found out about this story.
Okay.
So if you are listening to this the day this episode comes out, which is June 25th, 2026, hi, your first day of listener. I want you to know today is the 150th anniversary of one of the most infamous battles in American history, the Battle of Little Bighorn, also known as Custer's Last Stand.
Okay.
On this day in 1876, Lieutenant Colonel George Armstrong Custer and his men were wiped out by Lakota, Northern Cheyenne, and Arapaho warriors who were under the command of legendary Native leaders like Crazy Horse and Sitting Bull. Mm-hmm. Of course, the history lesson we got about this battle presents Custer as some kind of noble martyr to our expanding nation and completely ignores the Native American experience and perspective and version of the story.
Yeah.
But that changed around 2005 when Montana's tribal colleges began to spearhead a push to preserve the state's Native histories and storytelling. And so they gather a group of Northern Cheyenne storytellers in Billings, Montana, so that they can share their oral history of the Battle of Little Bighorn, which the Cheyenne and other Plains tribes actually called the Battle of the Greasy Grass. So for many people outside the Cheyenne community, they will be hearing for the first time that day the truth about what happened. And what those storytellers in Billings describe ends up capturing headlines across the country because for the first time, we hear about the Cheyenne warrior responsible for Custer's death. So today, in honor of the 150th anniversary, I'm going to tell you the story of that warrior. Her name is Buffalo Calf Road Woman.
What?
That's right. Our sources for today's story are articles from the Independent Record and the Billings Gazette archives and the work of writers Rosemary and Joseph Agonito. And the rest of the sources are in our show notes. Okay, so everything in this is going to be very condensed and very like our version of things.
Yeah.
This is the Karen Georgia Wikipedia version of things.
Right. Called My Favorite Murder.
No offense, Maren McGlashan, my brilliant researcher, but to tell stories like this is like, I will assume people know as little as I do about American history, about Native American history, about all these things that are really important that I just feel fully uneducated about.
Right.
So by the 1800s in America, the Cheyenne are a powerful nation spread across the Great Plains with a population in the thousands. They are a vibrant horse-centric culture with a highly organized military system. And while Cheyenne warrior culture is largely associated with men, gender norms are not cut and dried with this tribe. Authors Rosemary and Joseph Agonito write about the Cheyenne, quote, "We have numerous accounts of women taking up weapons and risking their lives when attacked. Women were adept at using a variety of weapons, including the gun." End quote. So by the 1840s, what's going on in the United States is that we are aggressively expanding under the banner of manifest destiny, which is basically the belief that white Americans are ordained by God to spread across the North American continent and to take whatever they want, essentially.
Right.
So while the Cheyenne have long had to defend themselves against rival tribes, the defense is now needed to fight the encroachment of white settlers and the army. So as tensions ramp up, some Cheyenne leaders seek peace with the United States. At this point, the Cheyenne Nation is broadly divided into Northern and Southern Cheyenne. So Buffalo Calf Road Woman is born into the Northern Cheyenne tribe in what is now Montana. Her birth year is believed to be 1844. But unfortunately, we have almost no personal details about Buffalo Calf Road Woman or her life because Cheyenne oral history is heavily disrupted by forced assimilation onto reservations and into places like Native American boarding schools, which that story also needs to be told. And I have been trying to work on a story about that. Maren and I have for literally years to get it told correctly, concisely.
Right.
It's so expansive. It's so horrific.
Yeah.
And it's colonization. It's basically how do you tell the story of colonization in this country?
Totally.
So what we do know about the life of Buffalo Calf Road Woman is that her childhood is shaped by an ever-escalating tension with these white pioneers in the U.S. military. In 1851, when she's about 7 years old, the Treaty of Fort Laramie is signed in Wyoming. So it formally recognizes a large stretch of the Great Plains as belonging to 7 different tribes that include the Cheyenne. But just a few years after that signing, in 1858, gold is discovered in the Rocky Mountains of Colorado. And so white miners flood the area in what's now remembered as the Pikes Peak Gold Rush. So even though this is supposed to be protected land, the United States does nothing to stop them. Then in 1861, the betrayal multiplies when the U.S. signs a new treaty that shrinks Cheyenne territory down to roughly a 13th of its previous size.
Wow.
So that it can open more land to white settlement and mining operations. Many Cheyenne simply refuse to comply, continuing to hunt and live on land that is now suddenly declared off limits to them, even though they have lived there for literally thousands of years.
Yeah.
Buffalo Calf Road Woman is around 15 years old when all of this starts taking place. She's coming of age as this violence begins to intensify across the plains. And as writer Catherine S. Gardner puts it, quote, "She never experienced the Cheyenne life of her elders. From birth until her death, her tribe and culture were continuously under threat of extermination," end quote. And it's kind of fascinating because she has, and it'll come up a little bit later, but she has a brother. And imagining the life of a young woman who absolutely had to know how to fight, absolutely had to be good at it. And in their culture, which is a militaristic culture, that was a big thing for the Cheyenne. I just can't imagine that she didn't absolutely go get right into the training and the fray and everything else. She's a teenager watching her people being massacred.
Right. Wow.
So in stark contrast to Buffalo Calf Road Woman's story and the fact that we barely know anything about it, we know a lot about the early life of George Armstrong Custer. He was born in Ohio in 1839, just a few years before Buffalo Calf Road Woman was born. Custer is largely raised in Michigan. He develops an early knack for getting into trouble. He does very badly in school. He graduates last in his class at West Point in 1861. Last.
That's kind of impressive.
It's fucking nutso that he's one of the most famous, military entities of this time.
Yeah.
And he was the worst student in his class in 1861. He had an unbelievable 726 demerits.
Jesus.
Which I guess is you're in trouble.
Yeah.
It happened that many times. But the Civil War starts the same year that he graduates, so the U.S. Army is desperate to fill ranks, and Custer quickly becomes an officer.
Wow.
But his blatant disobedience is what helps him arguably rise so quickly through the ranks. He shoots up the chain of command while in his early 20s and becomes the subject of glowing Union newspaper coverage, earning him the nickname the Boy General. And some of that reputation is earned. Custer is known for charging straight into battle and relentlessly pushing his men while they're under fire, with he himself often riding in the front of the cavalry instead of the back. He is seemingly unfazed by the threat of death. Any of that sound familiar to a certain personality type that you've heard of over the years?
Narcissists?
Sociopath. Right?
Yep.
He's just no rules apply to me.
Yeah.
I do what I want.
Yeah.
And, it's something horribly dangerous. Let's all go over there.
Let's do it.
But he's also very smart, and he's keenly aware of the power of self-mythology. So his public image is very calculated. As Time magazine points out, quote, Custer ghost wrote newspaper dispatches in which he pretended to be a correspondent and inflated his own roles in battles and military exploits.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's he left comments in his own section.
Yeah.
Being I love this.
He's so
guy.
brave. What a great leader. He's also very flashy. He perfumes his flowing blonde hair with cinnamon oil, and he wears a custom blue velveteen jacket and a wide-brimmed hat and a bright red tie into battle. None of those are standard issue. That was
whimsical.
His costume. Custer clearly wants to stand out. It works. He's famous before the war is through. So meanwhile, the situation on the plains between the Cheyenne and the United States remains volatile. In November of 1864, these tensions boil over in a horrific way when an Army colonel named John Shivington approaches a Cheyenne and Arapaho camp at Sand Creek in eastern Colorado. There's about 700 people at this camp, and it's led by Southern Cheyenne chief Black Kettle, who's repeatedly sought peace with the United States. So this is one of those many tribal leaders of the Native people who constantly were like, yeah, let's agree that, let's do this. Let's divide up this land. There's plenty of it. We've been here a long time. And every single time it'd be like, sure. Yeah. Here's some pox-filled blankets.
Massacre, yeah.
Yeah. To the point where at this camp, there's a white flag and an American flag flying. But Colorado's then Governor John Evans does not seem to care. He wants the Cheyenne removed from this area. So Chivington and some 700 volunteer soldiers attack the camp, and they kill around 150 people.
Oh, my God.
And most of them are women and children. The survivors are traumatized by memories of their loved ones being mutilated in front of them. News of the massacre spreads quickly across the plains, provoking fury, despair, and the end of whatever hope was left that the U.S. could be trusted by the Cheyenne and the Native people. And even some white Americans are outraged at the time. And Chivington ends up resigning in disgrace. Wow. Still, neither he nor any of his men are criminally prosecuted for the massacre at Sand Creek. Now it's 1865. The Confederacy has been defeated. The Civil War comes to an end. So a now 25-year-old Custer is sent to the frontier. He swaps his blue velveteen for buckskins, which again are not standard issue. So he's got his new costume, his new personality. And his next assignment is to help force the Plains tribes onto U.S. designated reservations. These are very difficult campaigns for the United States. They are usually very much outmatched by the Native warriors. Meanwhile, in 1867, Custer ditches his post to visit his wife in Kansas, which results in a court-martial, his suspension from rank, and the loss of his paycheck for a year. Despite his insubordination, though, the U.S. Army is convinced that they need someone as aggressive as Custer to fight against these resisting Plains tribes. So less than a year after being court-martialed, he's reinstated, and the newspapers refer to it as, quote, Custer's luck.
Ugh.
The system is beyond rigged.
Right.
So the next year in 1868, the now 29-year-old Custer is brought to Black Kettle's village, now sitting on the Washita River in modern Oklahoma.
We know so much more about our skin than we used to.
10 years ago, no one in America knew what a skin barrier was.
It's time to take care of your skin with CeraVe.
CeraVe facial cleansers don't strip the skin. They strengthen the skin barrier from day one.
Formulated with 3 essential ceramides, hyaluronic acid, and niacinamide to provide long-lasting hydration and 12-hour oil control. I've been using CeraVe for over a decade, I would think. And now it's getting super trendy. And I don't know why, it just makes me proud that something I've used for so long is cool on socials now. But it really does work. And that's why it's been around so long.
No matter your skin type or concern, CeraVe has facial cleansers perfect for you and your skin barrier.
CeraVe is the #1 dermatologist recommended cleanser brand and offers a range of facial cleansers for all skin types. Find yours.
Goodbye. Buying clothes is easy. That's why everyone's always doing it.
But finding clothes you actually want to wear is the hard part.
Get all your favorite elevated essentials at Quince.
Quince specializes in effortless, high-quality essentials like ultra-soft organic cotton and premium Mongolian cashmere sweaters. They're beautifully tailored and built to last. And it's not just apparel. Quince also brings that same everyday elevation to everything they offer, from hotel-quality bedding and bath to kitchen staples, essentials, and thoughtfully designed furniture.
They work directly with ethical factories, so you're paying for quality, not brand markup.
It's so true that they have wonderful items that aren't just clothes. I have 3 of their 100% mulberry silk pillowcases. I've bought throws from there. I've bought bedding from there. And it is just as great quality as their clothes and super affordable.
Upgrade your everyday.
Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/MFM. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns.
Now available in Canada and the UK too.
QUINCE.com/MFM.
Goodbye. Some flavors will always make you smile.
And with Kachava's new cinnamon French toast flavor, you can enjoy the taste of your favorite childhood breakfast without the sugar crash.
Kachava is an all-in-one nutrition shake that comes in so many delicious flavors, including the brand new cinnamon French toast.
It's made with real cinnamon bark for the richest, deepest, most authentic flavor.
And just 2 scoops provide complete nutrition your body craves with protein, fiber, greens, and so much more.
Kachava provides clean nutrition to fuel wherever your day takes you. No fillers, no nonsense. Okay, the Exactly Right Media office has all become obsessed with Kachava because they keep sending us these amazing boxes of all the flavors, and everyone kind of fights over it now. So we got this new flavor in, and I mean, there was like a line to try it. It's pretty great.
We're real believers in the whole Kachava line, so treat yourself to a childhood favorite.
Go to Kachava.com and use code MFM for 15% off your first order.
That's Kachava, Kachava.com, code MFM. Go to Kachava.com and use code MFM for 15% off your first order.
Goodbye.
Bye. 4 years after the Sand Creek Massacre, Black Kettle is still trying to broker peace with the United States, but the U.S. military increasingly classifies any Native communities living outside the reservations to be, quote, hostile adversaries. So Custer's men carry out another brutal attack. They kill dozens of Native people, including Black Kettle himself. They kill the chief. Hundreds of horses are slaughtered, and lodges are burned to the ground. So news of these attacks again spread rapidly across the plains, and again, even among white settlers, the brutality and violence of this attack instantly makes Custer a controversial leader. But it also cements him as one of the United States' most well-known so-called quote-unquote Indian fighters. Around the same time in 1868, a second treaty of Fort Laramie is signed. The treaties have the same name because they're signed at Fort Laramie at both times. But this treaty establishes the Great Sioux Reservation and recognizes the Black Hills in the Dakota Territory as belonging to the Lakota. But the same situation plays out here like it did before. In 1874, gold is discovered in the Black Hills. White miners come flooding in. The U.S. Army, for its part, sends Custer to investigate the reports of gold. He confirms them. And then that leads the U.S. government to try to purchase the Black Hills back from the Lakota. Mm-hmm. You can imagine the Lakota say no, which begins to fuel tensions with the U.S., but then strengthens resistance among the Plains tribes. So it's the Lakota, the Arapaho, and the Cheyenne. So the U.S. seizes the Black Hills from the Lakota in 1877. And just FYI, a century later, in 1980, the Supreme Court rules this seizure was unjust, and they awarded the Sioux Nation monetary compensation. But the Sioux Nation refused to take the money, insisting they just want the land back.
Wow.
The fight to return this land continues to this day. It's believed that land is now worth more than $1 billion.
Jesus.
By 1876, the conflict between the United States Army and a coalition of Northern Cheyenne, Arapaho, and Lakota warriors has boiled over into the Great Sioux War. Buffalo Calf Road Woman is now in her early 30s, and she's living in the Rosebud Valley of Montana along Rosebud Creek with Lakota and Arapaho allies. And here, in June of 1876, a U.S. general named George Crook arrives outside of her camp with 1,300 of his men, and the Native coalition fights them in a battle that lasts several hours. According to tribal oral tradition, Buffalo Calf Road Woman's brother, a warrior named Comes in Sight, is among the thousands of Native men who charged the U.S. soldiers. But during the fighting, Comes in Sight is knocked off his horse, and he gets trapped under fire. So essentially in these battles, if you get knocked off your horse, it's basically you're dead because someone just comes by and shoots you. So he's on the ground. His death is all but ensured, until his sister, Buffalo Calf Road Woman, jumps onto her horse and charges directly into battle. She rides so fast, no bullets can strike her. And per the oral account, she pulls her brother up onto her horse and she gets him to safety.
Jesus.
In the middle of a full-on war. In the end, the Native coalition forces the U.S. troops to retreat. Today, United States history remembers this event as the Battle of the Rosebud, but the Cheyenne remember it as the fight where the girl saved her brother.
Wow.
Buffalo Calf Road Woman is believed to be the only female warrior who rides into this battle.
Jeez.
So this native victory is extremely important because just 8 days later, Custer arrives at another encampment belonging to the same native coalition, but this time they're in the Little Bighorn Valley in southeastern Montana. And this time, crucially, Custer does not have the amount of troops, like reinforcements, that General Crook had. They have all retreated after the loss at the Battle of the Rosebud, at the fight where the girl saved her brother. Mm-hmm. But on top of that, Custer badly underestimates the size of the coalition that he is about to attack, and probably the talent of it.
Right.
So on June 25th, 1876, Custer and around 600 soldiers arrive near the Little Bighorn encampment. His forces are split into several battalions intended to attack the camp from different directions. Custer himself heads north with about 200 men. But what they don't know is that word of this impending attack is spreading quickly among the tribes. They know it.
Yeah.
They have lookouts. They know how to use this land and protect their camps. And so immediately they know that it's happening, and thousands of warriors rise up and ride into battle. Many of the same who had just fought the Battle of the Rosebud days earlier.
Wow.
The Battle of Little Bighorn is hard, fast, and totally chaotic. One U.S. battalion attacks only to immediately retreat after realizing how incredibly outnumbered they are. Then a second battalion retreats. And so Custer looks around, all his men are leaving, but he makes himself and his 200 men push forward anyway. Wow. And they're completely overwhelmed. In less than an hour, every single soldier riding with Custer is killed, including Custer himself.
Holy shit.
And because there's no survivors who can report back to the Army officially what happened, or to newspaper reporters, the historical record around Custer's last moments are very murky, which of course then sets the stage for the folk hero treatment that he ends up getting. What we do know is that Custer's body is found among dozens of his men with 2 bullet wounds. One is in his heart and the other's in his head. It's not until 2005 in Billings, Montana, when those Northern Cheyenne storytellers finally share their oral history of Little Bighorn, that we learn what really happened. They say that Colonel Custer was shot to death on the ground because he got knocked off his horse by a warrior's club. And that day, they reveal that the same woman who saved her brother from certain death in the battle days before is the one who knocked Custer off his horse. It's Buffalo Calf Road Woman.
Oh, my God.
And the oral accounts describe her as being, quote, out in the open during this intense battle. It wasn't like she was off to the side or whatever. She was in the fray. And they also confirmed that, quote, she stayed on her horse the entire time.
Wow.
So the Battle of Little Bighorn is arguably the most famous native victory of the Plains Wars and one of the most infamous defeats in the U.S. Army's history. Mm-hmm. The Northern Cheyenne say that's the reason they kept the story of Buffalo Calf Road Woman a secret for so long. They were afraid that when the Army heard that a Cheyenne woman is basically the one who got Custer killed, it would result in even harsher assaults by the Army on their tribes.
Retaliation.
Yeah. The U.S. still seeks retribution for the defeat, and Buffalo Calf Road Woman, like many Cheyenne, remain under constant pressure from the military to submit to U.S. authority or be killed. In 1877, she and her family will be forced onto an Oklahoma reservation. She spends about a year there enduring brutal living conditions, and it's believed there she gives birth to her second child. Not long after, in 1878, she and her family join what's known as the Northern Cheyenne Exodus, which was a desperate, defiant, and ultimately successful push led by the Northern Cheyenne chiefs Morning Star and Little Wolf to leave the reservation and return to its Montana homeland. So Buffalo Calf Road Woman is one of the 300 women, men, and children who escaped the Oklahoma reservation. They set out on a dangerous, exhausting journey spanning hundreds of miles. Along the way, members of the group are captured by American troops or they're killed in skirmishes. Others die of exhaustion or of illness. And Buffalo Calf Road Woman is among those. She dies in 1879 in her mid-30s, likely of diphtheria. We're not sure. Mm-hmm. She's believed to be buried somewhere near present-day Miles City, Montana, but her grave has never been identified. It's unclear how many members of this group ultimately made it to Montana. Sources suggest it's less than half the original number, so around 150 people. But this exodus puts enough political pressure on the U.S. government that the Northern Cheyenne who do make it to Montana are not forced back to Oklahoma. Mm-hmm. This is how the Northern Cheyenne Indian Reservation in southeastern Montana is established in 1884. And of course, in death, General Custer and Buffalo Calf Road Woman could not have been treated more differently. Custer is the subject of countless history books, biographies, paintings, photographs, yet there isn't a single confirmed portrait of Buffalo Calf Road Woman to be found. And most of the images that you see online of her use either misidentified photos of other Native women or slop AI, where it's just slop AI. So in February 2026, the Trump administration issues an executive order calling for a review of signs and exhibits at national parks and monuments that could be seen as critical of the U.S. government. That includes signage at the site of the Battle of Little Bighorn. The Washington Post reported earlier this year that, quote, at Little Bighorn Battlefield National Monument in Montana, exhibit text that described the United States being, quote, hungry for gold and land and breaking promises to Native Americans was ordered changed or removed.
Just fucking rewrite history, why don't you?
And erase it.
Yeah.
Worked before. Another text describing how U.S.-run boarding schools for Indigenous children violently erased cultural identities and language was also deemed not to comply with Trump's policy.
If the facts don't comply with your policy, something was wrong with your fucking policy. Okay.
It's not an option.
No.
It's not a choice to say it didn't happen.
Well, not for fucking people who aren't psychotic.
So the Northern Cheyenne leadership is actively opposing this administration's efforts. Tribal leaders issued a press release this past February saying, quote, this attempt to change or remove tribal markers and monuments dims the light of the healing and progress we have all made, end quote, which is a very generous thing to say in the light of Native American progress and how little any government has ever given them or made for them.
Yeah. And you're trying to take that away as well.
But that goes too. Right. While there's never been a monument for Buffalo Calf Road Woman, she has always been memorialized by her people who have carried the story of her courage, her strength, and her valor in 2 bloody battles for more than a century. When telling Buffalo Calf Road Woman's story, a Northern Cheyenne saying is often shared, and it says, quote, a nation is not conquered until the hearts of its women are on the ground. Then it is done, no matter how brave its warriors or how strong its weapons. Buffalo Calf Road Woman's heart was never on the ground. She stayed on her horse the whole time. And that's what we're going to do.
Hell yeah.
And that's what we're going to do.
Tonight we ride.
Tonight we ride. And that's the story of the Cheyenne warrior, the one who defeated Custer, Buffalo Calf Road Woman.
Wow. I wish we could have the actual, historical story, because I bet it's even more badass. And there's even more fucking incredible things she did that and other women and her tribe that we just don't know about.
And in thinking about that, how many stories have been lost of people just like her because of the annihilation of the genocide of the Native American people in this country. It is a gigantic tragedy, the effects of which continue to this day.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, great job. I'd never heard that. I'm so glad I did.
Right? Me too. I wish we could know more. Do you want to make a donation?
Definitely.
Let's donate to the Native American Rights Fund. Here's their quote about themselves. They hold governments accountable. They fight to protect Native American rights, resources, and lifeways through litigation, legal advocacy, and legal expertise.
Hell yeah.
So we'll give them $10,000. If you want to donate to the Native American Rights Fund, go to narf.org and give them what you can give them.
Amazing. Well, great job.
Thank you.
Excellent solo episode.
Thank you, right?
Yeah. We know so much more about our skin than we used to.
10 years ago, no one in America knew what a skin barrier was.
It's time to take care of your skin with CeraVe.
CeraVe facial cleansers don't strip the skin. They strengthen the skin barrier from day one.
Formulated with 3 essential ceramides, hyaluronic acid, and niacinamide to provide long-lasting hydration and 12-hour oil control. I've been using CeraVe for over a decade, I would think. And now it's getting super trendy. And I don't know why, it just makes me proud that something I've used for so long is like cool on socials now. But it really does work. And that's why it's been around so long.
No matter your skin type or concern, CeraVe has facial cleansers perfect for you and your skin barrier.
CeraVe is the #1 dermatologist recommended cleanser brand and offers a range of facial cleansers for all skin types. Find yours.
Goodbye. Buying clothes is easy. That's why everyone's always doing it.
But finding clothes you actually want to wear is the hard part.
Get all your favorite elevated essentials at Quince.
Quince specializes in effortless, high-quality essentials like ultra-soft organic cotton and premium Mongolian cashmere sweaters. They're beautifully tailored and built to last. And it's not just apparel. Quince also brings that same everyday elevation to everything they offer, from hotel-quality bedding and bath to kitchen staples, essentials, and thoughtfully designed furniture.
They work directly with ethical factories, so you're paying for quality, not brand markup.
It's so true that they have wonderful items that aren't just clothes. I have like 3 of their 100% mulberry silk pillowcases. I've bought throws from there. I've bought bedding from there. And it is just as great quality as their clothes and super affordable.
Upgrade your everyday.
Download the Quince app for app-exclusive offers or go to quince.com/MFM. Get free shipping on your order and 365-day returns.
Now available in Canada and the UK too.
QUINCE.com/MFM.
Goodbye.
A car isn't just transportation. It's freedom. It's your second office.
And it's the best place to scream, sing in private.
Finding the right one matters, and Cars.com can help you find your perfect fit.
Cars.com has the tools and expert advice to help you find exactly what you're looking for.
With more than 2 million new and used vehicles nationwide, it's easy to search, compare, and find the right fit for you.
Cars.com has transparent deal ratings that make pricing easier to understand. Their clear tools and badges help you see how a vehicle's price compares so you can feel confident you're getting a fair deal.
They have dealership reviews you can trust. Every review on Cars.com is written by a real person sharing a real experience.
So don't take any chances. Do car shopping the easy way.
Start your search with Cars.com.
Where to next?
Goodbye. Let's do another batch of Honking Hoorays brought to you by Hyundai.
Thanks, Hyundai.
Thanks, Hyundai.
This one, it's from Brittany A., and she wrote in the fan cult. It says, my 97-year-old cowboy grandpa and longstanding conservative Mormon aunt told me they didn't vote for the current administration because of my wife and myself. Oh. We are married females of 10 years. And then in parentheses, it says, that's a hooray all on its own.
Man.
They understand that their vote would go against my marriage, and they didn't want any part of that. Hearing this made me feel cared for and heard for the first time ever on this side of the family. Keep having the hard conversations because sometimes they'll listen. And it's Pride Month.
Oh my God.
Good things can happen.
I'm going to cry.
I know.
That's so beautiful.
Okay,
this one is from Sierra Bonenberger. Don't know what that is.
That's an online name for
on
sure.
Instagram. Today, I actually got off work early enough to make happy hour at our local wine bar.
Ugh.
Hashtag TGIF.
I hope she went to TGIF.
That's our local wine bar.
She gets the best wine at TGIF.
They have a Josh Cellars.
It is. It's all yellow. Top to tail yellow. I get 4 cubes of ice and a shot of Dr. Pepper. Well, I mean, like, happy hour.
Happy hour is, there's nothing like it.
What a reward.
If you're at happy hour, your life is going well.
Yeah, and don't forget, you don't have to drink at happy hour. You can eat their weird hors d'oeuvres.
Totally. Get those happy hour sliders.
Get in there. It's very similar, but on the other end of the spectrum. Okay. This is from Eat, Shoots, and Travels over on Instagram, and they say, I paid off my mortgage.
Oh my God.
At 43 by myself. I'm not rich. I just saved really hard. Literal tears at the bank.
God.
I love that. Can you imagine you're just like standing in the bank, like it doesn't matter to you.
Totally.
You don't know what this is, but I am absolutely getting myself to a brand new place.
Yeah, this is a life-changing experience, and I'm going to cry in front of strangers.
Yeah, you better cry at 43.
Dude, incredible.
Dang.
Okay, this is from Taylor on our email. My hooray is that my friend and I signed up for water aerobics.
Yes.
As 32-year-olds.
Yes.
And we love it. I love the water and was frustrated by the lack of swimming in adulthood. That's so true.
Yeah, there's not enough.
I dive in every class, and the older ladies are always shocked and slightly offended. But they're sweet and have added me to their Swim Sisters email chain.
Oh my God, so much shit is talked on that email chain.
Betty, you're not going to believe it.
You should have seen the way she looked in her three-piece suit.
We talk about books. We were nervous to go, her friend and her, but it's now a big highlight of my week and actually a decent no-impact workout.
Yes, it's water.
Hell yeah. Plus, I had an excuse to buy bright yellow shower sandals with carrots and bunnies on them in Chinatown.
That is such a good pastime kind of like way to fill your time.
Yeah.
Because it's very social. You know, shoulders and head above water almost the whole time.
Your hair's not going to get fucked up.
You can chat, chat, chat.
I really love an alt workout routine is my favorite thing.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do it.
Right.
I love it knowing about them.
I'm not going to do any of it, but I love a pool.
Love a pool.
Love a pool. This is a fastie because it's Megan writing in from Fan Cult and saying, this morning I flipped the eggs without bursting the yolks. I finally found the perfect oil to heat ratio.
And they're not going to tell us what it is?
No, totally gatekeeping that. But just letting the world know that Megan T had her egg victory this morning. Congratulations.
Congratulations. I've never done it. Well, thank you to Hyundai for presenting these honking arrays, and thank you guys for writing them in. Please write them in more, and we'll read them.
That's right, and also stay sexy.
And don't get murdered.
Goodbye.
Elvis, do you want a cookie?
This has been an Exactly Right production.
Our senior producer is Molly Smith, and our associate producer is Tessa Hughes.
Our editor is Aristotle Acevedo.
This episode was mixed by Liana Squilacci.
Our researchers are Maren McGlashan and Ali Elkin.
Email your hometowns to myfavoritemurder@gmail.com.
And follow the show on Instagram at myfavoritemurder.
Listen to My Favorite Murder on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
And now you can watch My Favorite Murder on Netflix.
And when you're there, hit the double thumbs up and the remind me buttons. That's the best way you can support our show.
Goodbye.
Hey everybody, here's the thing about other home security systems. They're all designed for after the window breaks, after someone's inside, after you get the notification, after the police come. SimpliSafe is the first system designed for before, stopping a break-in before it even begins.
That's right. Unlike traditional security systems that only alert you after a break-in is already underway, SimpliSafe is designed to help prevent the crime before it starts. Their cameras can detect suspicious activity at the perimeter and alert live U.S.-based agents. Then SimpliSafe's agents assess the threat, intervene, speak through the camera to scare off the intruders, and call for 911 dispatch.
That's right, and SimpliSafe has been protecting your world for 20 years, everybody. So celebrate their anniversary and save 60% on your new SimpliSafe system at simplisafe.com/stuff. That's 60% off, you guys, at simplisafe.com/stuff. Plus, when you order, write in our show name and the How Did You Hear About Us survey to let them know that we sent you. Don't forget, there's no safe like SimpliSafe.
I'm Nancy Glass, host of the Burden of Guilt Season 3 podcast. This is a story about a horrendous situation that destroyed 2 families. It's a scorched earth war that shows just how far someone will go to get what they want.
Cindy said I had to choose between the truth and my family, and I had to choose the truth.
Listen to Season 3 of Burden of Guilt on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Betrayal Weekly is back with brand new stories. From threatening text messages disturbing a small Midwestern town.
It was from an unknown number. Who else is getting these messages? Why did it start with us?
To long cons and stolen identities.
Who lies about being this sick? This was the last time I ever believed a word she said.
Listen to Betrayal Weekly on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.